Hey folks, thanks for tuning in to the FFC video workouts. This morning we've got our mobility and strength flow. It is more mobility than strength today. However, there is some strength work for the legs. We're doing some pistol squats and some dragon pose, and then some upper body strength through our archer push-ups. For our variations here, you can grab yourself a book to put under your heel. That just takes a bit of pressure off the need for ankle mobility, which we obviously want to work on, but if we don't have it right now, then we can use this as a crutch. So the exercise we're going to be doing is a Arabesque into pistol squat. So working on that balance. If you're not getting down to that full pistol squat, you can take the heel to the ground, stick your bum back, try to get as deep as you can through that, wherever that may be today. For our archer push-ups, you can do them on the knees if you need to. You're gonna go as wide as you can. Try today to get that arm fully straightened out, then fully straightened out on the other side. 3-point there. You can do that on your knees or on your toes as you like. Let's work out. Just waiting for one more person to log in. You guys get out. Hel, good morning. How you doing? Alrighty, now you're all here. Let's get down onto our backs and start nice and chill. So, nice mobility session today. There is some strength through the legs and a little bit of upper body, but mainly just mobility today. Starting just by shaking those knees from side to side. A little bit bigger each time. I'm going to go through about 4 or 5 reps of each round so you get your head around it. Once again, if you're wondering what I'm doing through each initial flow, you can just have a bit of a watch and then get back into it for the second rep. Breathing in nice and deep, in through the nose. And just pausing the knees, just up in neutral position, reach those hands over the head, just a nice big stretch. Big stretch through those arms. Then bringing the knees into the chest and rocking and rolling up. Just bringing the knees above the hips, ankles in line with those knees and dropping them off to the side, all the way down. You can take your time and then bring them up onto the other side. Taking one hand on top of the knees as you drop them down, a little deeper into the stretch before we move up. To the other side, push the hand down, deeper into that stretch, and up. And one more time on each side. Stretch through the spine, and over. And bring it back to central, and taking those feet over the head. Depending where you're at with your flexibility at the moment, you can just go easier or take those feet all the way to the floor over your head. Just go gentle to start off with each time you go into this roll and get a little bit deeper. Keep focusing on that breath. 2 more, let's go even deeper this time. One more. And bring your knees directly above your hips, ankles in line with the knees. Peel the shoulder blades off the ground. We're going to go through some leg extensions to switch on through the core. So left leg out all the way. And in. Right. Left. Keep the shoulders off the ground. Suck the belly button in. And right. Let's take the hands with it this time. Left foot extends. Take the hands over the head. And in. And right. And in. Left. And in. Right. And in. We're going to do 4 more. Both legs out this time. If you find that your lower back's coming off the ground too much, go back to a single leg. Always keep the lower back pushed into the ground. Suck the belly button in. We'll go 2 more. One more. And dropping your right leg down to the ground, left leg can stay up. Bring those hips up, nice and high. Then we're going to drop our left heel down, up and down for 4. Keeping the hips high. As we take our left toe to the ground, bring that left hip higher. Bring those hips even higher so you're feeling those glutes. Then we'll go for 1 more. Drop the hips down and onto the other side. Bring those hips high and taking the right toe down and up. Drive those hips as high as you can. Down and up. 3 and up. 1 more. Bring those hips as high as you can. And up. Beautiful. Alrighty. We're going to go 4 more on each side. As we come up, got one leg bent. We'll roll up. Rotate towards that straight leg. As we come back, we'll swap it over. Up onto the other side. For each leg, the last one, we're going to come up and come up to a standing position from here. So we'll start with the right leg, straight and all the way over. Bring it up, rotate to that right leg, big stretch. Straight back, onto the other side. Big stretch, you can take your time through that stretch. I'll give you time to catch up afterwards. Try and go a little bit deeper. Try and get the toes to touch the ground above your head. Once you've finished the 4 on each side, come up to standing. Beautiful, guys. Alrighty. From here, bend those knees. Bring your chest down to your thighs as deep as you can here. So you're connecting your thighs with your chest. And from here, we're going to then straighten those legs. Stick the chest up. Straighten that back. Keep the fingertips touching the ground. Then we're just going to fold that down, getting your chest to attach itself to the thighs again. Breathe it out, stick the butt out, extend and down. Breathe it out and breathe it in. Bring the chest out, sticking the butt out and down. Breathe it in And one more. Breathe it in. And the next exhalation, jumping out to a high plank. Beautiful, guys. So we're going to go through a bit of a flow here. If you need to watch for the first one, you can. We're going to go for 5 reps here. So taking the hips up through downward facing dog. Nice big stretch here. We'll bring the left knee forward. Count to 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that left leg up and over into a back bend. Nice big stretch. Drive those hips forward. And then we'll bring it back over again. Bring that knee between the arms. And then we'll kick this left leg up into the air. Right heel into the ground. Nice deep, deep, deep stretch there. Placing that foot onto the ground, we'll go onto the other side. Bring that right knee in. 4, push the ground away. 3, 2, 1. Then we take the right foot up and over. Other side. Drive those hips forward. Big back bend, big stretch here. Then bring that hand back onto the ground. Bring that right knee in and kick it up into the air. Left heel into the floor. So we take the right foot up. From here, both feet onto the ground. Keep those heels high. Push back into a nice stretch through our ankles here. It's keeping the knees off the ground. Beautiful. Then we'll bring ourselves up into a downward dog onto our points of our feet. So we're stretching the tops of our feet. Big point. And not on the balls of our feet, but on the toes. Then drop the knees to the ground. From here, taking those hands behind. If you can't get both hands onto the ground here, just go for a single arm bend. If you can get both hands onto the ground, drive those hips forward. Big stretch here. Drop the hips back down to the ground. Hands forward into downward facing dog. Go from downward dog, high plank, to upward facing dog. All the way. Big stretch, then back to downward facing dog. And we're back through to the start of this flow. Take our left foot off the ground, bring that left knee between the arms. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that left foot over the back to our wild things and our back bend, and bring it back over to the front. For a moment, bring that left knee between before kicking that left foot up into the air. As you take that left foot up, drive that right heel into the floor, then onto the other side. Left knee between the arms, push the ground away. 3, 2, push the ground away even more. Then drive that right foot over. Drive the hips up. Nice big stretch through this back bend. Then back over. For a moment, bring that knee in between the arms. Then kick that right foot towards the sky. Left heel into the ground. Both feet onto the ground. Heels high. Bring the knees down but not touching the ground, so you're stretching through those ankles onto the balls of the feet before we go to that downward facing dog. Up onto your toes and stretching the tops of the feet here. From here we drop the knees to the ground. Either single arm, both arm. This time if you want to go deeper, take those elbows down to the ground. Drive those hips up. And coming forward, downward facing dog to upward facing dog. Big stretch. Then back to the start. 2 more rounds. Big stretch through our downward facing dog. Left knee between the arms. Push the ground away. Higher, higher, higher. And take that left foot over. Drive those hips up. Back bend even deeper this time. Beautiful. And bring it back over for a moment. Bring that left knee between the forearms. Then kick that left foot sky high. Right heel through the floor. Big stretch onto the other side. Bring that right knee forward. Push the ground away. 4, 3. Push the ground away even more. 2, 1. Then over the top. Drive those hips up even further. Look towards that supporting hand. Then bring it over. Right knee between the arms just for a moment before kicking it sky high. Left heel into the ground. Big stretch. Then both feet onto the ground. So before we go to our over the top of the foot stretch, we go for our little box stretch here. Heels back. Knees off the ground, so pushing the heels back. Then to the downward facing dog. After we come, point those toes, stretch the tops of the feet. Drop the knees down to the ground. Once again, single arm, double arm, or elbows to the ground if you like. Deep as you can with this. It'll be different for everyone. Drive those hips forward. Feel the tops of the thighs and the hip flexors stretch. Before coming up. And for one more. Downward dog, upward facing dog before we do, one more set. Big stretch. And last time around. Left knee between the forearms, push the ground away. Even higher this time. Then kick that left foot over the top. Into our wild things, drive those hips forward. Look towards that supporting hand and bring it back over. Left knee between the forearms, kick it up towards the sky. Big stretch. Onto the other side. Right knee between the forearms, push the ground away even more. Really hunch between the shoulder blades. Protract those shoulder blades. Then take that right foot over the top. Drive those hips forward. Looking towards that supporting hand. Then bring that right foot forward for a moment before putting that up into the air. Driving the left heel down, down, down through the floor. Both feet onto the ground, onto the balls of the feet, into this little box stretch. Keeping the knees high off the ground, stretching the backs of the ankles. Then downward facing dog. Then onto the point. Then lower down onto the knees. Last back bend here. Lower yourself down as much as you can, whether it's onto your hands, onto one hand, or onto the elbows. It's up to you. Drive those hips high. Then bring yourself back up. Downward facing dog to upward facing dog. Big stretch. To finish, downward facing dog. And jumping those feet, placing them outside of your hands into a horse stance. From here we can come up to a standing and a rest for a moment. Beautiful, guys. From this horse stance, take a big deep breath in, breathing out through those hands. From here, we're going to stay low. Each time you can pulse around a little bit, try and get a little bit deeper, opening up those hips. Use our arms, breaststroking through the water with every breath in and breathing out. A little bit deeper. 4 of these. Beautiful, guys. Sit back on those heels. Good, even deeper. One more breath, staying down. And the next breath, we're going to come up to standing and drop those hands to the side. And just walk those feet into about shoulder width. So we can go into a deep squat here. From here, keep the left hand into the sky, drop your hips down, drop your right shoulder into the knees. Beautiful big rotation, looking all the way up to that left hand. Breathe into it. Then onto the other side, rotating, right hand up. Coming up to standing, following the right finger towards the sky. Beautiful, guys. Folding at the hips. Down, hands to the ground. We're going to jump out, taking our left foot back. Right foot stays forward into a deep lunge here. Beautiful. Sinking down, opening up those hips. Let's stay here for a moment. Explore this stretch. Nice deep stretch there. Lovely. Then we'll just take our right hand towards the sky. Nice rotation. And placing that right hand outside the right foot. Center yourself from here. We're going to take our hands up into the air for a deep lunge and breath. So as we come down, breathing in, as we go out, breathing out and coming up. 4 of these. Let's go all the way down. Feel the knee just touch the ground. Coming all the way up. And again. Two more. Last one. Straightening the right leg into a pyramid, fold it forward. All the way. Breathing nice and deeply into this. One breath in, one breath out. As we breathe out, turn to your left into our Kung Fu lateral lunge. Big breath in. Breathe it out. Left hand will be on top. We'll sink down into our right side. Beautiful. Nice, big, deep stretch here. Bending that right knee. So we're going to come up and down on this right side for 4 reps. We're going to use those hands moving in a counterclockwise position, finishing with an open eagle wing span. Alrighty, bring it up, breathe it in as we come down, open up. 3, and up. Beautiful. 2. And 1. Lovely. Alrighty, staying as low as you can through horse stance onto the other side. Nice and deep. Then we'll turn towards that left leg. And again, you can take the left hand on the inside of the foot and just explore this opening of the hip, stretching of the left hamstring, nice and high. Just play around here, breathing into it, sinking deeper if you can. Before taking the left hand to the sky, rotating, nice deep stretch. And place the left hand outside of the left foot. Rebalance into a nice deep lunge. Then we'll take the hands off the ground above our head. From here, we're going through our lunges, nice and deep, breathing in as we take the hands out to the side. Lower ourselves down. Bring yourself up nice and high. 4. And in. 3. 2. And 1. dragging that left leg, folding forward into pyramid. Nice and deep, breathing in and out deeply through the nose. We go for one more. Deep in and out. On the out breath, bring yourself into our Kung Fu lunge. With the right hand above. Beautiful. Once you're into that right hand above, left leg bent, Kung Fu, we're going to go into the 4 reps here. Breathing in. Clockwise with those arms, sink it down. And in. Deeper with each stretch, last one. Beautiful, staying as low as you can. Open up those hips through a horse stance, onto the other side. Turn towards that right leg and come up to standing. Beautiful, folks. If you've got a book handy, grab it. If you don't, that's totally fine. If you do have it, stick it under the heel here. We're going to go through 5 reps of Arabesque into pistol squat. You can do that pistol squat coming forward, dropping the heel onto the ground if you like there. Coming back up, Arabesque into that pistol squat as deep as you can go, whether that's a full pistol squat or not, is up to your ability right now. Once we do those 5, step away from the book if you've got it, dropping down into a dragon squat for 30-second hold. That's it. Alrighty, ready for our Arabesque. Let's go. 1. Nice stretch. Bring it forward into our pistol squat. And up. 2. And forward. And 3. Good, guys. And 4. And 5. As we come up, move away from that book into our dragon squat. Left knee into that right calf, sinking down as deep as you can. 30 seconds. Breathe into it. It helps to bring some breath in. You move those arms. Or just hold it. Sink it down a little bit deeper. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Coming up out of that. Onto the other side, guys. Placing that book underneath your heel if you've got it. If you don't worry about it. Into our Arabesque. 5 reps. And that heel out. Nice big stretch. Then bring it forward. 1. And 2. And 3. And And last one. 5. Moving away from that book, deep into our dragon pose, sinking down, right knee into that left thigh. Beautiful, guys. Nice and deep. 10 seconds down. Focus on that breath. Ten seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming up out of that. Shake out those legs. Put that book off to the side. And getting to the top of your mat. Opening up through the chest. Pull those shoulder blades together. Pull those elbows together. Chest up. And rolling down through every vertebra. Cascading all the way down to the ground. Right hand to the sky. Big rotation. Then other side. Big rotation. Back to center, jumping out to a high plank. From here, we're going to work through our 3-point archer push-ups, fingers pointing out here, and do this on your knees or on your toes. It's up to you. Down, chest to the ground. As we come down here, try and keep that arm straight as you can. To the other side. Up, down to the center. That's 1 rep. We've got 5 to go here. Let's do it. Down. Up. We want to use that one arm and stop using the other arm as best we can. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Bring those hands underneath the shoulders. You'll lower down to a hover. 15-second hover, as low as you can go there. Whether that's an inch off the ground or 6 is up to you. So lowering down, 15 seconds. 5. 10. 3, 2, 1. Lower yourself down to the ground. Beautiful, guys. Take those hands behind your bum, lifting up, pulling those shoulder blades together. Nice big stretch through the chest. Finishing with 5 transformer back extensions. So thumbs up towards the ground, palms up towards the sky, and bring it forward. W, Y, back, and down. Let's go 5 of these together. Bring it up, palms towards the sky. Extend those hands over the head. Bend those elbows to W, back to Y, all the way back around. 2, lift it up, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Take those hands all the way over the top. Bend those elbows. Extend all the way back. 2, and again, 3. Lift it a little bit higher. pull those shoulder blades together a little bit more. 4, one more. Lift it up. All the way forward. Extend. All the way back. Down. Beautiful, guys. Take the right hand out to the side for our cactus stretch. Bend that right elbow 90 degrees. Take that left foot over. Open up through the chest. And onto the other side. And back to center. Push yourself back through child's pose. Big stretch. Big flexion forward into cat stretch. Tuck those toes under, hips up through downward facing dog. Walk those feet in. Roll up through each vertebra. And coming into our rotations, we can go pretty softly here. We don't need to push it as high. Going to get into our Qigong breath work. So as we breathe in one side, breathe out on the other. As we breathe in, breathing in healing energy to move any blockages, any injuries. Each breath out, we're removing that blockage. We're allowing that energy to flow through our body. A slight smile on the face. And looking up a little bit higher. If you've been breathing in on one side and breathing out the other, reverse the direction there. Focus that energy flowing through the body, removing any of those blockages. And I know that there's been a lot of heaviness revolving around these lockdowns. Allow that to disappear. Beautiful. From there, we're going to take a bit of a beach ball here, opening up, so a spine wave all the way up and down. Breathe it in, drive those hips forward and out. Once again, focus on that energy. Breathing in to heal, breathing out to remove any blockage. Thinking about your spine, how it moves through each vertebra. In, roll those hips forward. Do 3 more. Open up through the chest. One more. Beautiful, guys. Bring that energy down to our center. Just for 4 rounds of breathing in, expanding the belly, and exerting that breath. One more round. Taking those hands together, bringing that energy in. Placing those hands over the eyes. Remind us to see the world through a different lens. Taking those hands together. On the heart, on the solar plexus. Remind us to take our time and listen to our gut and listen to our heart with each decision we make. Taking those hands together. Placing them over the kidneys. Remind us to detox the body through nutrition, through breath work, through water, through detoxifying from social media, from the news, anything that is not serving us. Shake off that body, shake off that tension. And folks, thank you so much for being here. Great to see so many of you in the flesh. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you guys on Friday. And don't forget, the mini workouts, send me an email to tell me what you want to see in them. All right, have a great day.